Alright, this is my video of March 2nd of this 1990 Mk2 Golf that I'm looking to sell before I move. It's a Golf GL, 4-door, 8-valve, 5-speed manual transmission, original engine, original transmission, the whole shebang. Got some few problems because it is a 30-year-old car. I have a battery switch on it because I don't like my battery dying. I don't get to drive this thing every single day. I try to drive it every 3 days, but you know that doesn't always happen. Some days it doesn't happen every 3 days. Obviously this isn't the correct way to check oil, but just to show you, it's a little bit low right now. She does burn a little bit of oil about right here. Probably needs a new, not head gasket, but the upper gasket. I can't recall the name of it right now. Yeah, all these hoses and everything, not original, but they are slightly newish. The clamps obviously are not. Brand new brake booster, even though it's rusted. I hit it with a pressure washer on accident, so it looks rusted, but really the silver finish is just taken off. Got a weighted shift knob down there. Yes, sir. Power steering, you know, new dizzy cap and whatnot, new cables, kind of just normal things, new spark plugs, newish spark plugs. They're about 6 or 7 months old now. It hasn't started in about 3 days, so you guys are about to hear a cold start. New belts, you can check the deflection on them. Ooh, there's a spider web in there. There's spider webs in the car, you know, San Diego, just kind of how it is. This is the condition of the timing belt. I replaced it about 2 years ago, right when I got the car. Flexion on it. Zoom in a little bit. You're supposed to be able to, I think, flip it over 90 degrees. It's not really there. I guess it's a little bit tight then. Timing belt though, it's in decent condition. No tears or anything on it when I've manually turned it over. These coilovers are horrible. And else speeding rods, I can't remember what exactly they are, but as you can see, the car sits too low. A little bit of fender damage right there. That wasn't from me, that was probably just from riding around before I got the car, because I've only had 2 years of its 30-year life. This strut right here isn't the best. It's wanting to, when I go and I sit on the car, it's not floaty, but this strut just does not want to come back up. The actual like suspension piece seems like it doesn't have much fluid in it, or doesn't want to shoot back up. Probably needs new, at least front struts. The back struts seem pretty good, but they're so stiff anyways that they're kind of uncomfortable. I want to put the original struts on it. That's what my plan was, but I am now moving. Original full roof rack. It's a Mark II actual one. Clamps into the down here and underneath. It's pretty cool. It's a nice piece. I'm only missing one lock, and I do have the keys. Got your, I guess we should start it up first. You guys can hear the cold start. Tell it's a cold start. I have 2 keys, only one set of keys. 2 keys though, you can go get copies. Obviously this is for all the doors, and then this is for the ignition. Because as some of you may know, the ignition is easy to replace in these things. This Harlequin shift knob probably will not be included. I have other shift knobs that would be. Let me unlock the power steering. Gotta undo the steering wheel lock. All right, cold start. Starts right up. Idle's a little bit lower than that usually. Just gotta give it a little bit of time to warm up. Blinkers don't work immediately. If you look at the little blinker light, it doesn't, oh. Okay, usually they do not work immediately. Usually you have to hold it down, then it will start working after about 45-50 seconds. I like to think that it has to warm up. Headlights, I do have LED headlights in it. With the quad rounds, the fog lights do not work. Radio sometimes does not work, this, as you can see right now. Seems to be something with the temperature. Whenever it's a bit under 60 degrees, the radio doesn't work, but also the contacts in this thing. This is original Blue Pont. The contacts in this thing, as you can see, are a bit worn off, but I mean, These radios are decently easily available, so you can throw a new radio in it. It does have an aux cord. Fan blows on 4. And of course it's cold right now because it's cold outside, but it doesn't blow on any of the other settings, as you can see, just 4. It does blow heat, the heater core does work. That for the rear window does work, but you know, blinkers, so you can see everything. You might not be able to see everything because of the sun. That one's on. Hard to see, but it's on. Pulling a little bit of smoke right now, but it will cool down. Usually it does that on cold starts. You can see the side trim rust. Let's look at the rust. Here's a good angle of it on that fender. As you can see down here, get your finger through it. A little bit of fender rust. Quite annoying, but I mean, there's not really like a whole lot you could do. I was thinking about just cutting off this whole piece right here, but did not get around to it. Been busy the past year or so. You know, a couple dings and dents right here. You can see a dent. I mean, it's 30 years old. It's got a nice little like patina type thing though, because there's no clear coat on it, so you don't have any clear coat cracking or anything like that. It just kind of, the red, tornado red, kind of just, you know, goes up a little bit. This is not patina. This is just stuff from the trees, as you can see, goes away. See some more patina spots. There is rust right here. I put a little piece of tape there. We can peel it off, but I think it's ancient. So, but there's a little tiny hole right here anyways, and that's just rust. You can get a better angle of that rust, the windshield rust. Windshield scuttle, as they call it. Blinker off. Oh, hazard lights off. Can you see it? Maybe you can't. There it is. Can't really see it. It's easier with the speaker grill off, but it's hard to position the camera. I'm sorry, I'm trying to. Ah, there you go. You see that? So that's a little bit of rust right there. I haven't noticed rust on the other side, but you know, that windshield scuttle. This windshield scuttle, if you know anything about Mk2s, is horrible, and it likes to rust. No rust on the top or anything. It's just down there. As you can see a little bit right here, that was chipped away, painted over. Yeah, this thing's no show car. Engine running. Give a little bit of beans. A little bit of beans. Coolant, boiled over one time, replaced the cap, has never boiled over again. So that's pretty nice. That's my genuine Volkswagen plug right there for the transmission check hole. Pretty funny. I just never bought a new one because I thought that was hilarious that someone put a wine cork in it. Radiator fan going. I had a little bit of problems one time with one of these switches in here getting loose, but I just put some tape over it. Hasn't been loose since. Nothing really aftermarket on this thing besides the wheels. These are, you know, like Jetta wheels or GTI wheels. Called bottle caps. I can't remember the actual name of them. I got these cool Volkswagen covers on them. I think they're pretty sick. You might not like them. I'm gonna turn the wheel here, show you the tires. You see the floating suspension. There we go. Those are the tires. The spider right there. Lots of creepy crawlies in this thing. Likes to nurture the creepy crawlies. There's my finger in it. It's kind of hard to see, but you kind of see the tread depth. There's enough tread depth, you know. The tires aren't brand new, but not old. They're not sport tires or anything either. Windshield wiper stock is different because these are absolutely impossible to find. When the windshield wipers work, they're just very angry. What else? I put my own seatbelts in it because the car didn't really come with seatbelts, which was pretty funny. When I bought it, it just didn't have seatbelts. This handle doesn't work. I have the silver piece for it, but the handle doesn't work. I just never got around to replacing it. Some more patina. Here was a rust spot that was attempted to be fixed, it looks like, and the paint didn't mix well. I don't know. Like I said, it's not a show car. As you can see, it's warmed up now, no more smoke. It usually just blows a little bit of smoke out when it's early in the morning, when it's usually under 60 degrees or so. Got some tools and stuff in it, helmets. Usually carry it under full load. I got some of the original suspension pieces in there, but even those shocks were blown, so it's just hard to say. It only has rear speakers because Volkswagen, you know, base model. Original piece of tape that I don't know how old that is, but I keep it in there. Third brake light is gone. Still got the plastic and everything here. Latch still works. Same key as the one that works on all the other locks. Some major patina here, and then you got a big old dent. God knows what happened there. I think he maybe backed up on one of those type things and just smacked right into it and caused a huge dent. I don't really know how that happens. Looks like a little bit of surface rust there. You can probably just sand that off and then repaint it if you'd like. I like the patina though. I think it's a kind of a cool look. I got new liners for this, the bumper, not the whole bumper. That's the original one on the bottom, but the top one is new. Those cost a pretty penny. I mean, you'd think like a vinyl strip like that would be cheap, but those things are pretty gosh darn expensive. Looks like we got some spider webs. Usually the spiders go away. I usually hit it with some lemon pledge, and then the spiders will go away for a while. But I park right next to these trees and stuff, so I'm in a condo. I don't really have a garage to park it in. It has a black underliner. These things are impossible to replace, impossible to find. So just heads up, that one's cracked over there. These are impossible to find, super expensive for the small bumper cars. Still got the grill on there. These tires looking decent. Yeah, probably got, I mean, it has some dents there in the pinch welds. This isn't rust or anything. This is just more spiders, as you can see. Super annoying. Thinking I get this car cleaned and then it just gets ruined by spiders. But these doors work. It's just that one that doesn't work. Well, now I gotta unlock this one. Got little golf ball locks. Sweet. Let's see. Fire extinguisher, Pac-Man, Volkswagen magazine in case I need to order parts on the side of the road. Yeah, I mean, we got some rust in here. Let me show you the interior. I'll just show you how the car sits real quick. Sorry to be all over the place, but kind of hard to show you how the car sits with the fronts like that, but it's about how she looks. Clutch feels pretty good. Never thought about replacing the clutch because I haven't had a slip or anything like that. Let's actually throw this hood down real quick. I gotta go to an appointment. Boom. Can't really see the quads, but they look like. Paint's looking a little right now. Usually it looks a little bit better in the shade and whatnot. But I mean, I just love this red kind of paint. Here's the scuttle right here. It looks like it's a little bit scratched. Looks like someone scratched it, maybe painted over it. It doesn't really look like rust. Looks like someone just painted over it. You know, it's hard to know everything that's wrong with the car and whatnot, with it being so old. I don't know how that locked. Usually that doesn't lock. It does not have central locking or anything. All manual windows. This isn't the original wheel, if you could guess. This is from a Cabrio because I thought this wheel was dope. Original turn signal, of course. Yeah. See the interior. The headliner is not the original headliner. As you can see, it's just like a felt thing. Kind of sucks. You know, it's just one of those things that if you got the extra money, there's other things to worry about with this kind of car. Sunroof. It did leak one time, but I've cleaned the gutters that are right here and on this side, and then it hasn't leaked since, so that's nice. Yeah, nice and dry. We've had lots of rain here in San Diego lately. But yeah, sunroof does work. Looks like a little bit of paint coming off there. Goes all the way back. Pop up, say what's up. Stick your head out the window. body out the window, honestly. There's enough room that you could just stand up in this thing. And then it locks. And then this thing, this trim, likes to come off. Needs to get re-glued. This trim is expensive. All the sunroof parts are insanely expensive, so that's why I haven't done it. Some open screws, very interesting. I'm not really sure why they have done that. I was thinking headliner was my next thing, but it's so hard in San Diego. A lot of these people just want to work on Porsches and stuff like that. They don't really see the value in these cars. Screws. So, like I said, just trying to be 100% transparent with everybody. Doesn't have mirrors, it's awesome. This one does have a very tiny mirror. Windows work. Oh, yep. This thing works. A little bit shaky, but it works. Let's see if we can get the radio to work. Usually if I take it out, I can put it back in and it'll start working. Doesn't want to work today. Radio does work. It just does this sometimes. I don't know. It's just Volkswagen electronic gremlins. Again, if you know Volkswagens, these old Volkswagens, this is what they do. They like to do things like this. Dashes, you know, a little bit squish. All right, that's it though. I need to get to my appointment. I guess we'll throw it in reverse real quick. Show you guys how the clutch is. He breaks down. I've redone all the transmission bushings and everything. I guess we'll just go for a quick drive in the parking lot. It's a little bit easier to hold my camera in the parking lot. Put it in first. Let out the clutch. I'm trying to show you guys clutch travel. Now I'm rubbing the clutch. Giving too much gas. Shifted the second. There you go. It does grind a little bit into second if you shift it too hard when it's still warming up, but once the transmission fluid's all warmed up, I haven't heard it crunch. So it's not really a grind, it's more of just a crunch, and it goes in the second. But yeah, that's it. There she is.